My name is Amanda Crew, and I am an actor and an advocate for people who are suffering with eating disorders, as I've had a personal experience with it. Speaking out about mental health is really important to me. I have struggled with depression, anxiety, an eating disorder, and all the things that kept me in silence and in pain with it is kind of the stigma surrounding mental health. I think there's a huge misunderstanding about depression, anxiety, eating disorders, all of that. And those are the things that keep you quiet. And getting help is pretty much the only way to get out of those kinds of things. And I think it's so important that we talk about it more and normalize it so people aren't so scared to ask someone for help. I've been so inspired by this young generation that's coming up and their activism. I mean, especially with everything that's going on in America with school shootings and the way that the most change that's happened has been because of these kids. And also in this generation, I've just been really, especially in my industry, in the film industry, I've been so impressed with the younger actors coming up, speaking out about anxiety, depression, body image issues, eating disorders, all this stuff. The stuff that, like, when I was their age, I was too scared to speak openly about because I thought that, I was scared of the judgment. And I think this generation is so fearless and that so much change is happening as a result of them. And not only are they inspiring their generation, but they're inspiring me. I mean, part of the reason why, a couple years ago I decided to be more open with my eating disorder was because of this younger generation and how open and honest they are. And I'm like, well, if they can do it, I guess I can too. But I think this younger generation, they're the game changers. You don't have to make change on this massive scale. Like, I remember when I was younger and thinking about the question of, like, what do I want what is my purpose? What do I want my legacy to be? And when you use those words of purpose and legacy, you think of just like Oprah Winfrey, and you're like, well, I can't do that. Like, she's done everything, and it's just so big, and it feels so impossible because it feels so much bigger than you, but it doesn't have to be this massive thing. Telling your story and it helping one person, that is massive change. And you never know what that person is going to do. It's a chain effect and chain reaction. And so it really is, if you're helping one person, that is change. My hope for anyone who comes to We Rise, if they could leave with one thing, is that they're not alone. And I think that so often when we're in our pain and in our darkness, we feel like we're the only one, and we feel like there's something wrong with us. And that's what kept me in silence for so long in my own suffering. And the minute that I gave myself permission to speak with someone was the moment that everything kind of opened up for me. And I just hope that people leave feeling like there's nothing wrong with them, that we're all works in progress, we all have our baggage, we all have our things, and you're not alone. I rise because I don't want another boy or girl to feel like they are alone in their suffering and pain, and that there's nothing wrong with them, and that they are unstoppable in this world.